Welcome to Zach's Culture Corner. Now we're going to start off like we usually do with a little something that I've been playing this week. And this week I have been playing, once again, I've been playing Monster Hunter. Now Monster Hunter, I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago, and it is a very, very good game. I've been getting through the DLC. I'm on the final boss of the DLC. It is absolutely amazing. The game is so good. You have this amazing Japanese fighting style, like art style, paired with the RPG, build up your character sort of things that I love playing. And the monsters are so amazing. The AI with them is brilliant. And also the weapons and how they're used are great as well. None of it is physically possible. Nothing in the game that happens would actually be able to happen. The weapons are far too big. The monsters don't biologically make sense. There's an ice monster in a lava cave. Like, it doesn't work. But it's brilliant, and that's why it's brilliant. It's because it just doesn't work. Nothing works. So it's very fantastical and it's amazing, and I love it so much. It's so absolutely brilliant. So there we go, that is Monster Hunter World. Now I've been playing their Icebourne DLC, and as I said, I have got to the end boss of the DLC. I haven't beaten it yet, I'm waiting for my friends, we're going to beat it together, probably beat it tonight or tomorrow. So we're playing the Icebourne DLC, and it's good. It's bigger than the actual game. Now I'm not just saying that in terms of like content, it physically is bigger. Like the download you have to do to get the DLC is physically bigger than the download you have to do to get the game. It's mad. But that's what's great about it, is you've got the game, you get the next bit, everything is still there, you use your same character. It's a bit like a Destiny style situation though, where the new armor is going to be 100% better than the old armor. I can wipe out high rank stuff, which is like the most difficult rank in the old game, so easily with my master rank weaponry that you get with the DLC. Like, it's amazing, but that's what makes it good. You can go back, grinding isn't that much of an issue, because you can just kill pretty much anything instantly. Like, it's mad, but it's fun, and I love it so much. So the final boss is like a massive stone golem thing. It's supposed to be a dragon, but it's made of stone, called the Everworm. It's brilliant. It's so amazing. I haven't killed it yet. One of my friends actually mentioned to me when we were fighting one of the other Elder Dragons that he loves this game because everything is so mystical, but it's always so surprising when you see it for the first time. Like the first time he fought some of the monsters in the original game, he was like taken aback by how amazing and how stunning the game actually is, and how like brilliant the game looks, and how it controls, but not so much how it controls, but how it looks and how the monsters look. And we were doing one of the Elder Dragons, and he was like, this reminds me of that, because this new monster looks so brilliant. And it reminds me just when I first booted up the game, because we've been playing Monster Hunter for a long time now. We played when it first came out, and then we bought the DLC when that came out as well. So it really gives you a sense of like scale, and it also gives you a sense of just how beautiful these monsters are, and you can just make somebody take aback. But like, I really appreciate this design on something that genuinely you have to dispose of, I guess. But you appreciate the design on it, you appreciate the AI, you appreciate the controls. Everything sort of slots together very nicely. It slots together in like a way that a JRPG usually does, but it's still brilliant in its execution. Like, I love it. So honestly, you should get it. If you have Monster Hunter World, get the DLC. And if you don't even have Monster Hunter World, get it. It's so worth it. Like, you'll get so much enjoyment out of this game. It's absolutely brilliant, and I honestly think that it's worth the amount of money that you would pay for it, honestly. And now we're going to move on to some of the stuff that is coming out this week in the gaming industry. One of the big titles coming out this week is Zombie Army 4 Dead War. Now, Zombie Army 4 is made by the same people who make the Sniper Elite series, which means you know there's only going to be one thing. There's going to be X-ray sniper kills. Yes, the studio that brought you the ability to shoot Hitler right in the face has brought you the ability to now shoot zombie Hitler right in the face. It's a B movie, I'm going to be honest with you. It's a B movie made into a game, made into a movie. Okay, maybe not made into a movie the last time, but it's definitely the kind of, it's not a big budget AAA title. They've basically taken a slice of what they pay for Sniper Elite games and put it into a zombie sniper. And it's not even zombie sniper, it's just a zombie run and gun shooter. Like, you can shoot them with all sorts of weapons. But I guess you can do that in Sniper Elite too, so I mean Sniper Elite as well. So it's not that big of a deal. But it looks good. I've seen it, like, as far as games that you aren't the massive budget go, it looks really good. Like, I'm not gonna complain about how it looks, about how it operates. I haven't actually played the game. I've seen a lot of people play it, and they have some pretty good reviews about it. They say the game is actually really fun. It has this really good intuitive system where it lets you pick the zombie numbers, and it basically, the game has the AI where it's like, okay, more people means more zombies, But you can also in the menu change it so that, like, say you are playing on your own, but you want a bit more of a challenge. You set it to the amount of zombies that would spawn if you were playing with 3 people. But then say if you're playing with 4 people, but you're just having a bit of a relaxed game, you don't want to be too, like, menace too much, you just set it down to the amount of zombies there would be if there was 1 person. And it just makes the game a lot easier, or a lot more difficult. Makes it a lot more manageable, I think I'd say. It's a lot more of a manageable title. Something you can take in chunks, instead of having to, like, run through it screaming, because you're playing with 4 people and all of a sudden one of them disconnected and there's still 4 people's worth of zombies. It's a good game though, it looks great. And like I said, it's not the biggest budget game. You boot it up, you may expect to see massive, like, amazing graphics and some brilliant, induced storyline with multiple. It's not like that. The graphics are good, sure. They're not the best graphics in the world, but they're not awful. They're good graphics. The gameplay is, if not intuitive, it's a little bit it's classic, I guess. The zombie shooter's been going for a long time. And then it's also got, but it's got a nice rustic feel to it. And Sniper Elite, they know how to make good shooters. They know how to make good sniper shooters as well, people who make the Sniper Elite games. So you can definitely tell they put a lot of effort into, the guns in this game and make them feel realistic and make them feel heavy and weighty and there's much more power behind your shots. X-ray kills are still there as well, so when you shoot something and it's a really good shot, you'll get an X-ray from it. They've also added a bunch of stuff like finishing blows you can use to gain health, and special combos you can use for ammo. A bit like Doom Eternal, but not quite as complex. So it's definitely a game that's worth checking out if you like those kind of games. If you like the Sniper Elite series, you may like this Sniper Elite zombie version. And if you don't like Sniper Elite, but you do like zombie shooters, it is a zombie shooter, that's what it is essentially. It's definitely something you have a look into, because it looks good, it just looks like a good game. I wouldn't get it personally, I'm not a massive fan of the Sniper Elite series, the mechanics are great, but it's just not for me. If my friends decide to start playing zombie shooters, then maybe I'll look into it, but it's not for me straight, not for me just to get on my own, definitely. But maybe it's for you, maybe you should check it out. So that is Zombie Army 4 Dead War, if you do want to check that out. A little something else that I have been playing this week. I have been recently playing a game called Black Wake. Now, Black Wake I can only describe as the poor man's Sea of Thieves, but it is 100 times better just because of the banter it brings. It's really shoddily constructed. There aren't many options in terms of control options. The game is absolutely awful in terms of acceleration on the mouse and stuff. Honestly, it's a train wreck of a game. Not worth the £15 it's usually paid for, but it is on sale at the moment until, it won't be on sale by the time, it isn't on sale anymore, but it was on sale when I bought it. And it was on sale for £1.50, and I can guarantee you that is exactly the price that it should be at all times. But, because we've all bought it for £1.50, the laughs that come out of the game are so good. These are the laughs you can only get from playing a game that is god-awful, because it's so bad. You just mess around. It doesn't matter, because the game's gonna break anyway. So you play as pirates, and you have to work together with your team to take out the Navy, or you play as a Navy, you have to with your team take out pirates. But it's not like any other pirate game where you have automatic control of the cannons and the boat and the speed and all that stuff. No, there's you have a crew, and you as the captain, or as a crew member, you have to work with your crew and your captain to actually be able to load the cannons and bring about the boat, and be able to kill people and sink boats and stuff. And it's really complex for such a bad game. I'll be honest with you, the game what you have to do is really complex for a game that is just shockingly bad. But I mean, it's fun, it's funny. And one of my favorite things to do is I literally, because there's no barely any movement physics in the game, when the boat stops, you don't keep moving, you're basically glued to the deck. I climb up on the top of the mast and I sit there and snipe people with my musket. You would just do that stuff, it doesn't matter. On Sea of Thieves, you'd be thrown off the boat for that, because the boat would stop and you'd keep going, because that's how momentum works. But no, this game does not operate that way. The laws of physics need not apply to this one. So if you have a group of friends and you would love laughing all over the floor because of absolutely shocking games, I absolutely recommend Black Wake. It's not because it's any good, but because it's so absolutely bad. You do not get games that are this funny that are good games. You get games that are good games, not ones that make you laugh in the same way that I laughed when I was playing Black Wake. It is just so funny. And now we're going to move on to a couple of movies that are coming out this week, and of course some recommendations from me, like we always do. Now, something that I have been watching, I've only just started watching it, but it does seem really good, is I'm watching Angel Beats. Now, to any of you anime fans out there, Angel Beats is good. I mean, there's not really much else to say about it. It's a good anime. It follows the story of a boy who dies, and he ends up in the bit between heaven and moving on to the next life, essentially. And the idea is that there are people there who aren't accepting that they're going to have to move on at some point, and they're fighting the angels, or the one angel, I guess, to, stay in this little area where they are instead of having to move on and either reincarnate or go to the next place. And they don't accept their lot, is essentially what I'm trying to say here. And it's really good, actually. The premise is there. Like, it's a good premise for a show. I've only watched the first 2 episodes because I haven't really had time to get into it deeply. But you can definitely tell it's something that I'll be watching a lot more of. It seems like a really good show. And like I said, the premise is there. And realistically, all you need for a good show is a good premise and a good writer. Everything else will just fall into place after that. So that seems like it seems like something worth watching. If you're an anime fan, you're looking for a new series, you should watch it as well. After I've watched a couple more episodes, I'll come back next week and I will give you an even better, more comprehensive analysis of it, because I'm really sorry I couldn't give you one this week. I just thought I'd let you know that that's something that I'm watching and something you should definitely look forward to my review of next week. So one of the movies that is coming out this week is Sonic the Hedgehog movie. It is finally being released. After the first time they teased it and having to redo the entire movie because of how disgusted we were at the model, it is finally getting its release. It is coming out this week. So, what do you need to know about this movie? First things first, and the only thing you need to know is it doesn't matter what the Sonic looks like, Jim Carrey will single-handedly lift this movie, will carry it on his own. You don't even need Sonic to be there. Jim Carrey will actually carry this movie. And why is that? Because Jim Carrey is the man. Like, he is the beast. He comes into this movie, he says a couple lines, and it's already getting Oscars. Like, this man is the perfect Dr. Eggman. If you haven't seen the teaser trailer from the original teaser, I know the Sonic is disgusting to look at, but Jim Carrey in that is already hilarious, and I haven't even seen the movie. And the second trailer isn't as much of him, so you need to go watch the first teaser trailer, the one before they changed things, because that's the one where Jim Carrey really shines. It's absolutely brilliant. He was hilarious. There were compilations going out of just him. They cut out Sonic. It was like, this is what the movie should be, and it was just Jim Carrey as Eggman. It was absolutely amazing. Like, you didn't need any other, anything else, any context or anything. Stone cold stunner. And then also, it's finally getting released, and I think we're finally going to work out why Sonic's always collecting rings. And you know why he's always collecting rings? It's in the trailer. He does it because apparently they're pocket dimensions. Like, he can use them to teleport. He does it in the trailer. He throws a ring and runs straight through it. He just teleports. Why didn't he do that? I don't want to do the Green Hill Zone the 8th time. Dude, I picked up a ring. Just use it to skip the whole thing. Like, dude, come on. It's a strange thing. And this is lore connecting as well. Like, apparently this is canon. I don't know if it really is canon. Like, have Sega properly... Like, people have told me that it's canon, but have Sega, properly confirmed this is canon? Because if they haven't, I'm not going to believe it. Because this kind of thing... This is not the kind of, canon stuff that Sega would put their name to. I'm going to be honest with you. That kind of use of rings. It's like, well, bro, why did you need to go through the whole thing? Just skip straight to the boss where Eggman is. That's what you do in the movie. It's strange. But, Jim Carrey... Absolutely amazing. I am watching this movie. You should watch this movie. It looks brilliant. I know it's for kids, but anybody who likes movies. You don't even have to like games. If you like movies, you're going to see this movie. And that is a Zach Davis guarantee, because I can guarantee to you that you'll like this movie, because it is a good movie. Honestly, stone cold stunner, and I haven't even seen it yet. There's nothing left for me to say, but thank you very much for listening if this is your first time listening in, and even if it isn't, thank you so much. Your listenership is always very much appreciated. There is nothing left for me to say, but I will see all of you in the next one. Goodbye.